Hi, Sharon Danley here with another 2 minute, well, maybe more like a 4 or 6 minute tip today. I'm going to do my makeup as I do every day, as I've had several requests about various aspects of the process. So I thought I'd put it all together and show you in one fell swoop how I approach my makeup and get to this look at this stage, this age, looking the best I can with everything that's out there to play with. Okay, here I am without makeup. I'm going to show you some of the tools that I use to get about a 7-minute makeup job done. Number one is a two-way, I've used a two-way magnifying mirror, and I use it 12 times because I need to get in really close and I don't want to have to use my glasses or anything else. The other thing that I use is a piece that broke off one of the magnifying mirrors I have, and I use it because it's easier to get as close as I need to, say on one side or whatever, and use my brushes, and I find it's really handy. Something that I carry my little false lashes in when I take them off at night is one of these little plastic packages that just opens up just like this, that I can sit my lashes in, and they work great. And I have a package of short-handled brushes that I use that I really like. They're short-handled so that I just find them easier to deal with than long ones, and I can put them all into a simple little snack size Ziploc bag, and easy carry, and that's all I need. And what else? Well, there's a few other little tools, but I usually carry everything that I need in this simple little clear makeup bag. That's all I need for anything, anytime, anywhere, from Saturday to red carpet. Not that I'm doing those much anymore. Okay, let's get started. I've moisturized my face, and it's been, well, more than 2 minutes, but I'm ready to now apply makeup. The only two things that I use for a foundation are a concealer, and I'm going to be using the Ket concealer, and a dual finish powder. So using the Ket concealer, I have a little bit on my finger here, and I'm going to place it right here on a spot that I have that turns quite blue on the inside of my eyes. And I have a little brown spot from the sun that I'm going to put here, and another tiny little spot here, and just any place where you have little spots. Now on the sides of my nose I have some broken capillaries, so we're going to cover those up on either side, like so. And I have a little spot here that is just the aging process. It's just showing a little bit darker there than it does any place else, and I'm just thinking a little bit more for the nose, and that's it for concealer. I could, if I wanted to, just do that and go, but I think I need a little more. Next step is I'm going to be putting on a dual finish powder that we've talked about a lot on the site. I'm using the Audrey Morris, but you can find it at Trade Secrets under the label Deca, and I think Burrell in the US, and a couple of other names. Anyway, I'm just going to put it on with a sponge. And I put it on my eyes as well, because it acts as a primer, and I don't need to use a second product for that. What I also love about this product is it has an SPF of 15, which is a titanium dioxide, but not so much that if you're photographing, it gets in the way. And I go down as I'm putting on the makeup, because you don't want to go up and push the little hairs in your face upwards, and have it get underneath. Areas where my skin may be having a breakout or something, I find if I just wet this product or wet my sponge and dip it into this product, it covers beautifully as well, and it lasts longer. What I also love about this product is that it mixes very well if you want to put an extra duty SPF on underneath beforehand, or whatever moisturizer you're using. If it's a very hot, humid day, I find that instead of my makeup melting, I tend to glow instead. I'm going to put a little extra spot there. And the other thing that I do is cover my décolleté. Let's just, well, we don't want to go too far down here, but I just cover up a little bit wherever anything is showing, just so that my skin and my neck are in the same color family. Alrighty, now the next thing I'm going to do is take a kabuki brush, which is shaped like this, and I'm going to use a medium brown with a hint of, almost like a bronzer without any sheen in it. No sheen whatsoever. And I'm just doing it along under my chin here to help to darken it down or camouflage it a little bit. And I'm also going to do the same thing with the side of my nose, just a little bit, because as we age, our noses tend to get bigger. They grow. Sure, it's not from the lying or anything else. And sometimes just a little tip at the outside. And that's it for foundation coverage. Now I'm going to use a lighter, almost white. And for my eyes, because I have these bags, I've had them since I was born, I take almost a white and go around just in the circle below, and then take the white down, blend it in with a powder that's already there to lighten up just underneath the eye, that triangle just below the eye. So it's from here to here to here. If you lighten that up, it's like using a highlighter on the front part of your face. It helps to bring it out rather than using the dark tire marks that used to be so popular. And to do the same thing on the center of your nose, just to give it a little bit more of a contoured or highlighted look. And that's it for foundation. Next is blush, and this is what I keep all my little palettes in. Is a little palette box like this, and I mix this the pink eyeshadow, the orange eyeshadow, and above that is a it's by MAC called Naked Lunch, and it's kind of a bit of a shimmery product. I like to mix the shimmer in with my blush rather than put it on afterwards, because you just have better control. So I just go around in a sweeping circle and I apply my blush, I should say, approximately on the cheekbone and go up into almost like a semi sort of C shape, until I get it the way I want. And then sometimes I may just blend the whitish color and the blush together, just so that it's all properly done. Next is eyelashes. I put a little bit of glue on a container or the side of the sink just beforehand, just a little dab of it, and I take my what do you call it, tweezers, and I just run the glue along the edge of the lash. Make sure it's covered, and then I blow on it just to make sure that it's good and tacky. The trick with eyelash application is that the glue be tacky, and then when you put it on, it should stay right where you've put it. One more blow for good measure, and then I just attach it to the center, then attach the outside edge down, then the inside corner down, and then this is the important part too, is I squeeze my lash together with the false lash in the center now, and in the corner. What that does is it pulls your own lashes up into the false lash so that I don't bother putting on mascara or curling my lashes. This is fast. It's easy. Okay, I'm going to do the other one and then we'll be back. Okay, lashes are on and now it's time to do the eyebrows. I'm using this little flat-edged angled brush. I love it, love it, love it. I'm going to dip it into some gray and some brown. Now, if you take a look at my eyebrows, you'll notice that this one is set farther back than the other one and it's lower. I think I've already done some video on this before, but I'm going to correct that. So I'm going to, as I've showed you before with a credit card approach, I'm drawing in right now a corrected shape for my brow. On that side, and on this side, I'm going to go a little bit lower because this brow sits higher. And I'm not going to come in quite as far. Now that shape is pretty much the way I need it. Now I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to just fill in feather-like strokes, and this is the pebble color that we talked about. What I love about this pencil is I can make it as dark or as light as I am in the mood for. So I just fill in those little spots. And generally speaking, on a day-to-day basis, I don't like to go too dark because, well, just because. If, however, I'm dressing up a little bit more and want a little more drama, then I darken my eyes, but I also, my brows, but I also darken the rest of my eye makeup to balance it out. Now I'm going to dip this in a medium gray and a taupe because my coloring still requires a little bit of taupe color, and taupe seems to go with everything. So now I'm going to take the powders that are, and I'm going to go over top of the pencil and just blend away those marks. Anything that's harsh, I'm just blending it away. And what I like about this flat-edged angled brush is you can use the point of it to really give you some other precision for very small areas. So I'm going to stand back and take a look at that, and then probably what I will do, like I do most days, is I use one of these little spoolies, they're called, like a mascara wand, and I also just go over if it's looking a little dark to me in any place, and I just balance that out. And then I take a look, I have to grab the mirror here, at just a regular mirror, nothing that's been magnified, just to see if I've got it correct, and if I have to make any adjustments, then I just go in and do it at this point. And then finally what I do some days is I use a clear mascara to just go over my brows with, and I comb it up and over, and then I hold it in place like this for about a second or two. And for those with unruly brows, it will help to lift them and make them go to the side and hold them in place and give them a sheen. A sense of sheen. Okay, that's it for eyebrows and lashes. Now it's just a few little finishing touches. Okay, we're on to the eyeshadow portion of our demonstration. I'm going to mix that white that I told you I put on earlier, and that Naked Lunch, which is the MAC shimmery kind of abyss color. I'm mixing them together with this fairly wide brush, and I'm just going to cover my entire eyelid with that, paying a special attention, putting a little extra into the corner. Why I mix the shimmer with the powder is that it, for the older eye, it doesn't stand out as much and draw attention to any crepiness that we may have. So that's what I find that works extremely well. Now, this may look white to you or a little bit bright right now, but believe me, it won't be when I finished. It's sort of that Marilyn Monroe approach to bringing the eye forward. And then that's all that's necessary with that. Then I'm going to go into that handy dandy taupe color again with just a regular fluff brush. And because my eyes are drooping, you know, they're coming down like they do with age, and that's okay. I'm just going to counter that a little bit with a method of treating it as if it was a droopy eye. And what I'm going to do is place this taupe shadow along the upper side of the crease. And then I'm going to blend that up and out into nothing. Now, depending on the day, the drama, the whatever that you want, you can make it as light or as dark as you like. And then what I do is look at it with my eye just relaxed and not lifted. And if I have to go higher, I do. And if you notice, it's really important when I'm applying makeup, either my lashes, eyebrows, or whatever, I'm always usually holding my face up this way, because you get a better angle to put everything on, and you don't have to distort anything. When you put your lashes on and your eyeliner, everything, you're looking this way, you're getting a distorted view, and sometimes that can be a problem when we're trying to achieve a particular look or line. Okay, now the other eye, same idea. And for those who have a lot of skin fold over in here, just go over it with the taupey color, taupey gray color, whatever, and it will help to diminish that too, or camouflage it would be the better word. So then I stand back and think, if I need to make an adjustment, I go in with the dual finish powder and the white and or the shimmer and or whatever I need. So that's it for the contouring and the highlighting of the eye. Now I'm going to take just a simple little tiny fluff brush that's a little flatter, and I'm going to now mix that same taupe and that dark or medium gray and a little bit of black, and I'm going to go along the lash line as if it was, treating it almost as if it was an eyeliner, but I'm being very soft and subtle with it. No definition, not here. Because I think that when you do that, you call attention to crepiness that may be in the eye, and it just doesn't look as good as a soft shadow does. Then I'm taking the same, only just the taupe and the gray, and I'm going to go down underneath on the outside corner of the eye. Remember I said that when you augment the outside corner of your eye with a shadow, it tends to just give the drama that you want without the harshness. And of course, for evening or whatever, you can go darker still or whatever. So that's giving the drama that I need for day to late afternoon and so forth. Again, on the other side, let's see if we can film this so that I don't get the mirror in the way. And again, I'm just applying this too in feather-like strokes. I don't use the trowel approach. It doesn't work very well for our age group. And just coming along softly and then going underneath a bit with what's left on the brush, and then just the gray and the taupe at the bottom, not the black. There. And that's with the white here and the darker taupe color here, and then the lash line augmented. It's given my eyes the strength that they need to balance out my face. Now I'm going to do the underliner. Now for eyeliner, again, with the older eye, like I said, I prefer a powdery, non-defined eyeliner on the top. But to give my eyes the drama that they need and to take away that white look that happens when we get older, And especially if you do curl your lashes, you can see the whites of their eyes. You can see that rim across there. Well, I want to get rid of that. It will make a big difference. So I'm using a very flat, fine brush, very tiny, and I'm using a gel liner. I'm using black. And I'm going on the underside in the water rim. And while I'm there, I'm going to sweep across and catch my own lashes underneath the false lash because they are colored a little differently. And then still with what's left on the brush, I just color in, use it as a mascara for the lower lash line. Now you can see the difference that that little bit of gel liner makes in bringing out the drama, but not in a harsh way. Okay, the other side again, just along the rim. And the windshield wiper effect on your own lashes underneath the false ones. And then just sweeping across any lower lashes that you may have. And that's it for eyes. Now we're going to hit the lipstick. Just another point about the underliner. I make sure that I clean the little brush off that I use to do the gel liner with a little bit of alcohol and a piece of toilet paper or Kleenex. It keeps the brush clean and clear, and it allows it to be moldable for a daily use. The other thing that I do is if I'm in a real hurry and I don't need to be pristine as far as my makeup application is concerned, I just use this is a Marcel pencil, waterproof, that will go on fairly easily, and I wear that instead, so you can use that as well. It works, but it doesn't stay on as long as the gel liner, and it's not as dramatic as the gel liner, but it certainly gives you something if you're not going to be wearing much makeup at all. Okay, it's time for luscious lips. And you can see that my lips, because of my age, are, smaller than they used to be. And this particular side of my lip, just by the way I talk and the way my face is changing as I age, it tends to sit up higher than this part of my lips. So with the marvelous Maybelline Superstay makeup or lipsticks, I'm going to be using number 115 to put this on, and I'm going to correct as I go. So let me see. What I love about these lipsticks is that I don't need a lip liner. That one less step. And what I'm doing is correcting my shape as I go. So I've lowered this side so that it's more in line with the other side. And just a little fixing here. And because again my lips are on the thinnish side, and I always believe that in order to have a 3D lipstick, you really need to have the corners darker than the inside. So that will help to pop your lips forward. Now I'm taking this color number 110 and I'm going to apply it. Notice I haven't put any on in the center because I figure why put it on if you're going to make it with a dark color if you're going to only make it lighter anyway. So now I'm just going to go into the center of this. And blend it out. Give that a few seconds to dry. And then at the other end of the tube of the Maybelline comes a balm, which I prefer actually over a gloss, especially for older lips. You can still have a sheen to your lips without it being that Elizabeth Hasselbeck look of just over the top. Plus, too much balm and gloss, it can make the lips bleed if you're wearing a regular wax-based lipstick, which I don't recommend anymore. And it also just calls attention to the wrong thing. And now, okay, so now I can just put this on. And what I love about this lipstick too is that when I need to touch up, put a little more balm on during the day, I don't need a mirror to do it with. I can just take it out and just kind of put it on, because if I miss, it doesn't matter. My lips aren't going to bleed. I can kiss right away. It doesn't, they're just absolutely kiss-proof, bleed-proof, feather-proof, all that sort of stuff. I think it's one of the best products on the market, especially for our aging demographic. So that's kind of it. That's about what it takes. I hope that this helps. And just by the way, this curly hair that I've got, I've used the Twist no heat curl method. I put one here, and two at the back, and two small rollers on top. And I've had this like all morning, and it's just sitting great. What it allows me to do is all kinds of vintage looks and that sort of thing that I love to play around with. Anyway, hope you like. If you have any questions, you know where to get in touch with me. Bye.